Good morning, and thanks for tuning in today. News has just broke that Huawei CFO Meng Wanzhou has safely landed in Shenzhen after being released from her 3-year detainment in Canada. For some context, in August of 2018, the U.S. court issued an arrest warrant for the Chinese tech giant CFO, where she was arrested in Vancouver at the request of the United States. That same year in December, she posted bail. A month later, the U.S. filed criminal cases against Huawei, issuing an extradition request to the Canadian government. In March of 2019, Canada approved the extradition request for a hearing against the Huawei CFO. Meng Wanzhou was accused of allegedly defrauding multiple international institutions, most notably HSBC, exposing them to, quote, both economic and reputational risks. It was alleged that she lied so that her company could work around the sanctions in Iran. It is speculated that in retaliation, China detained 2 Canadians, Michael Korvig and Michael Spavor, on espionage charges. The Canadians were arrested shortly after Canadian authorities detained Meng. Coincidentally, the Michaels were released shortly after Meng was released. Today, I'm joined by Rupi, an expert on this topic. Could you please tell us about the other implications that these affairs might have had, and what this might mean for China's relationship with Canada or the West going forward?
Meng's arrest came at a time where an intense trade war was brewing between China and the U.S. Shortly after her arrest, President Trump put Huawei on a trade blacklist and forbade any U.S. companies from selling any sort of technology equipment to Huawei. This included chips, software, and any other electronic components. These new sanctions set out by the U.S. deranged Huawei's plans to build 5G networks all across the globe. In a statement issued by the spokesman of the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, China said that, quote, the U.S. uses its power to impose unprovoked sanctions and suppress Chinese companies, and damage the world's industrial chain. Despite this, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan all allied with the U.S. and Canada and forbade Huawei from implementing their 5G network in their countries, and have expressed that they also believe the company is using its technology to spy for China. In addition to this, China has seen that Canada values its bond with the U.S. over theirs, as Canada detained Meng on the word of the U.S. It is thought that because of this, China arrested the 2 Michaels. It was just this past Saturday, September 25th, that the 2 Michaels returned back to Canada after almost 3 entire years of detention in China. This has all set a very negative precedent for China-US-Canada relations and has put a negative strain on China's international relations amongst much of the Western world. During the time of Meng's detention, China halted much of its Canadian imports, including meat and canola oil, which has significantly impacted Canada's trading opportunities for the past nearly 3 years. They have also halted much of their trading with the US. But after releasing Meng and the 2 Michaels finally being allowed to return home, will this trade relationship be fixed in the future? Experts believe that this trade war between China and the US and Canada will continue on until some form of international consensus is reached, and hopefully at that point we will see a return to stronger international relations amongst China and the rest of the world. But for now, all we can do is wait and see how this all unfolds on the international stage.
Thank you, Rupi. That's about all the time we have today. But we'll be sure to keep a vigilant eye on the events to follow as the situation unfolds. Make sure you tune in at the same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.